Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we describe the way of representing points in a plane using polar coordinates. For this, we begin by recalling the way of representing points in a plane using Cartesian coordinate system. In Cartesian coordinate system, two mutually perpendicular lines play a pivotal role. But we will see that in polar coordinates, a point called pole and a ray emanating from it called initial line are important. We illustrate in this session the way of converting points in Cartesian coordinates to polar coordinates and vice versa. Also, we will discuss methods to convert Cartesian equations to polar equations and in the other way. We first consider the coordinate geometry. The study of analytic geometry consists of using mathematical ideas developed in algebra for the analysis of geometric situations, and this requires the establishment of a link between geometry and algebra. The so-called name analytic geometry or coordinate geometry is given because of the fact that numbers called coordinates, which are associated with the points of some given plane, are employed in this study. Cartesian coordinate system and polar coordinate system are two different systems for representing a point in a given plane. The French mathematician and philosopher René Descartes introduced the idea of locating a point in the plane by means of its distances from two perpendicular axes, and his name is commemorated in the terminology Cartesian coordinates, representing a point in the Cartesian coordinate system. Now we recall the way of representing a point in the Cartesian coordinate system. Step 1. Choose a pair of lines that crosses at right angle. A horizontal line in the plane extending indefinitely to the left and to the right is chosen as the x-axis. A vertical line in the plane extending indefinitely up and down and meeting the x-axis at a point O is chosen as the y-axis. The point O is referred as the origin. X-axis and y-axis are sometimes called axis of abscissas and axis of ordinates respectively. Step 2. Assign the coordinate pair ordered pair 0, 0 to the origin and scale each axis in terms of some unit or length. The scaling on the x-axis assigns the positive number a to the point that is a units to the right of O, and the number negative a to the point that is a units to the left of O. The positive numbers lie to the right of O and the negative numbers to the left. The scaling completes a one-to-one correspondence between the points on the x-axis and the set of real numbers. The scaling on the y-axis assigns the positive number b to the point that is b units above the x-axis and the number negative b to the point that is b units below the x-axis. The scaling completes a one-to-one correspondence between the points on the y-axis and the set of real numbers. Step 3. Now we assign number pairs to the points on the plane. We assign the ordered pair AB to the point P, where the first number is found by dropping a perpendicular from P to the x-axis and taking A to be the number assigned to the point where the perpendicular meets the x-axis. The second number is found by dropping a perpendicular from P to the y-axis and taking B to be the number assigned to the foot of the perpendicular on the y-axis. The number A is called the x-coordinate or abscissa and the number B is called the y-coordinate or the ordinate. The ordered pair AB is the coordinate pair or simply coordinates of the point P. 4 points P, Q, R and S with their coordinate pairs are shown in the figure. We remark the following. We have seen that each point in the plane can be described by a unique ordered pair of real numbers. Conversely, an ordered pair of real numbers represents a unique point in the plane. Along the x-axis, motion from left to right is said to be motion in the positive x direction, while motion from right to left is in the negative x direction. Along the y-axis, the positive direction is upward and the negative direction is downward. The origin divides the x-axis into the positive x-axis, which is the part to the right of O, and the negative x-axis, which is the part to the left of O. Similarly, the origin divides the y-axis into the positive y-axis and the negative y-axis. The two axes, that is x and y axis, divide the plane into four regions called quadrants. They are numbered first, second, third and fourth quadrants. In the first quadrant, both coordinates x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, only y coordinates are positive. In the third, both coordinates x and y are negative, and in the fourth, only x coordinates are positive. Now we discuss polar coordinates. Polar coordinates are used to locate a point in a plane. To define a polar coordinates, we fix a point O called pole or origin and a ray emanating from O called the initial ray or polar axis. Corresponding to each point P in the plane, one can assign a pair of polar coordinates ordered where r theta, in which the first number r gives the directed distance from O to P and the second number theta gives the directed angle from the initial line to the segment OP. Throughout our discussion, we measure the angle in radian measure. We recall that 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc that is equal in length to the radius of the circle. We now make some remarks. Plotting of points in polar coordinates. Points specified by polar coordinates are easiest to plot if we use polar graph paper. The grid on such paper consists of concentric circles and rays emanating from their common center. A simple version of the polar grid is shown in the figure, where we have plotted several points. Notice a phenomenon that did not occur with the Cartesian coordinates. The polar coordinates of a point are not unique. Each point has many sets of polar coordinates due to the fact that the angles theta plus 2 pi n, where n is equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, etc., have the same terminal sides. For example, the point with polar coordinates ordered where 4 pi by 2 also has coordinates ordered where 4 pi by 2 plus 2 pi, which is equal to ordered where 4 5 pi by 2. Similarly, ordered where 4 pi by 2 plus 4 pi, which is equal to ordered where 4 9 pi by 2, ordered where 4 pi by 2 minus 2 pi, which is equal to ordered where 4 negative 3 pi by 2, and so on. We now give justification for the term directed distance. There are occasions when we wish to allow r to be negative in the ordered pair r theta. That is why we call r the directed distance of P from O. For example, the point P with the polar coordinates 2, 7 pi by 6 can be reached by turning 7 pi by 6 radians counterclockwise from the initial line and going forward 2 units. It can also be reached by turning pi by 6 radians counterclockwise from the initial line and going backward 2 units along the resulting line. So, the point has polar coordinates r is equal to negative 2 and theta is equal to pi by 6. That is, P with the polar coordinates 2, 7 pi by 6 can also be represented by the ordered pair negative 2 pi by 6. Polar coordinates of the pole. We note that if the point P is the pole, then R, which is the directed distance from the pole, is 0. That is, R is equal to 0. But the pole has no clearly defined polar angle. It is agreed to take an arbitrary angle as the polar angle of the pole. That is, a pole has the polar coordinates ordered by 0 theta for all choices of theta. Now we consider the relation to rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. Sometimes converting between polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates will be useful to handle problems. For this, we suppose that the polar axis coincides with the positive x-axis of the Cartesian system. Take a point on the plane and let its Cartesian coordinates be ordered by xy and polar coordinates be ordered by r theta. Then from the right angled triangle with a hypotenuse r and legs x and y, it follows that cos theta is equal to x by r and sin theta is equal to y by r. Hence, x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Hence, x square plus y square is equal to r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta, which is equal to r square. Also, sin theta by cos theta is equal to y by x, that is, tan theta is equal to y by x. Hence, in terms of x and y, the value of angle theta can be determined from the equation tan theta is equal to y by x, where the quadrant containing the point corresponding to ordered by xy must be specified. Thus, the polar coordinates ordered by r theta of a point P and the Cartesian coordinates ordered by xy of the same point are related by the following equations. X is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta, where x square plus y square is equal to r square and tan theta is equal to y by x, with the quadrant containing the point corresponding to ordered by xy must be specified. As an example, for the point in polar coordinates ordered by 3 0, the Cartesian coordinates are obtained as follows. Here r is equal to 3 and theta is equal to 0. Hence, x is equal to r cos theta, which is equal to 3 times cos 0, which is equal to 3 times 1 is equal to 3, and y is equal to r sin theta, which is equal to 3 times sin 0, which is equal to 3 times 0, which is equal to 0. So, the Cartesian coordinates are given by ordered by xy is equal to ordered by 3 0. The point is shown in the figure. As another example, consider the point ordered by 2 pi by 3 in polar coordinates. Here r is equal to 2 and theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. Hence, x is equal to r cos theta, which is equal to 2 times cos 2 pi by 3, which is equal to 2 times negative 1 by 2, which is equal to negative 1, and y is equal to r sin theta, which is equal to 2 times root 3 by 2, which is equal to root 3. So, the Cartesian coordinates are given by ordered by xy is equal to negative 1 square root of 3. Now, we consider an example illustrating the way of finding polar coordinates corresponding to the Cartesian coordinates ordered by negative 3 square root of 3. Since x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive, the point ordered by negative 3 square root of 3 is in the second quadrant. Now, with x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to square root of 3, we obtain r square is equal to x square plus y square, which is equal to negative 3 whole square plus square root of 3 whole square, which is equal to 12. This implies r is equal to 2 square root of 3, and tan theta is equal to y by x, which is equal to square root of 3 by negative 3. As the point lies in the second quadrant, it follows that theta is equal to tan inverse of square root of 3 by negative 3, which is equal to 5 pi by 6. Hence, one value of ordered by r theta is ordered by 2 square root of 3 comma 5 pi by 6. As another example, we find the polar coordinates corresponding to the Cartesian coordinate ordered by 0, negative 1. Clearly, the point lies on the line of intersection of third and fourth quadrants, and hence a value of theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. Also, r square is equal to x square plus y square, which is equal to 0 square plus negative 1 whole square, which is equal to 1, which implies r is equal to 1. Hence, one value of ordered by r theta is ordered by 1 3 pi by 2. Polar coordinates corresponding to the Cartesian coordinate ordered by 1 0 is ordered by 1 0 itself because of the following observations. Theta is equal to 0 since the point lies on the polar axis. Also, r square is equal to x square plus y square, which is equal to 1 square plus 0 square, which is equal to 1, which implies r is equal to 1. Hence, one value of ordered by r theta is ordered by 1 0. Cartesian equations and polar equations. A Cartesian equation is an equation involving Cartesian coordinates, while a polar equation is an equation involving polar coordinates. Such equations represent curves in plane. We now consider examples where we convert a Cartesian equation to a polar equation and vice versa. As a first example, we find a polar equation for the circle x square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to 9. Expanding y minus 3 whole square, the given equation becomes x square plus y square minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 9, which implies x square plus y square minus 6y is equal to 0. Since x square plus y square is equal to r square and y is equal to r sin theta, the above gives r square minus 6r sin theta is equal to 0, that is r times r minus 6 sin theta is equal to 0, which implies r is equal to 0 or r minus 6 sin theta is equal to 0, which implies r is equal to 0 or r is equal to 6 sin theta. Of these, the equation r is equal to 0 corresponds to the single point ordered by 0 0 in Cartesian coordinates, while r is equal to 6 sin theta represents the circle x square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to 9. As another example, we find the polar equivalent of the curve whose Cartesian coordinates is x square minus y square is equal to 1. Putting x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta in x square minus y square is equal to 1, we get r square cos square theta minus r square sin square theta is equal to 1, which implies r square times cos square theta minus sin square theta is equal to 1. This implies r square cos 2 theta is equal to 1, which is the equivalent polar equation. As another example, by changing to Cartesian coordinates, we are going to show that r is equal to 8 sin theta is a circle. If we multiply r is equal to 8 sin theta by r, we get r square is equal to 8r sin theta. Since r square is equal to x square plus y square and y is equal to r sin theta, the above gives x square plus y square is equal to 8y. We write this as x square plus y square minus 8y is equal to 0. To complete the square of terms involving y, we add 16 on both sides and get x square plus y square minus 8y plus 16 is equal to 16. That is x square plus y minus 4 whole square is equal to 16. This is the Cartesian equation of the circle of radius 4 and centered at ordered by 0 4. As another example, by changing to Cartesian coordinates, we are going to show that r is equal to 2 by 1 minus cos theta is a parabola. The given polar equation can be represented as r minus r cos theta is equal to 2. Since x is equal to r cos theta, we obtain r minus x is equal to 2. That is, r is equal to x plus 2. Squaring, we get r square is equal to x plus 2 all square. Since r square is equal to x square plus y square, the above gives x square plus y square is equal to x square plus 4x plus 4, that is y square is equal to 4 times x plus 1. This is the Cartesian equation of the parabola with vertex at ordered pair -1, 0 and focus at the origin. Finding the Cartesian equivalent, we show that the polar equation r times cos of theta minus pi by 4 is equal to square root of 2 represents a straight line. Using the trigonometric identity, cos of a minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. The given equation can be written as r times cos theta cos pi by 4 plus sin theta sin pi by 4 is equal to square root of 2. That is r times cos theta into 1 by root 2 plus sin theta into 1 by root 2 is equal to square root of 2. Since x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta, the above gives 1 by root 2 into x plus 1 by root 2 into y is equal to square root of 2. That is x plus y is equal to 2, an equation of a straight line. Its graph is shown in the figure. As another example, we find the Cartesian equation of the polar equation r is equal to 8 by 1 minus 2 cos theta. Cross multiplying, the given equation gives r times 1 minus 2 cos theta is equal to 8. That is r minus 2r cos theta is equal to 8. That is r minus 2x is equal to 8, which gives r is equal to 2x plus 8. Squaring, we obtain r square is equal to 2x plus 8 all square. That is x square plus y square is equal to 2x plus 8 all square. This represents the hyperbola whose graph is shown in the figure. In this session, we described the way of representing points in a plane using Cartesian and polar coordinates. We have seen that converting between polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates will be useful to handle problems. The methods of converting Cartesian equations to polar equations and vice versa have been discussed. Hope the session was useful to you. See you next time. Till then, bye.